Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Piso and I'm so glad that you're here. Today guys, you know what time of year it is. It's around that time where a lot of Liberians, Africans will travel back home. For those who go on a regular basis, most of the time they like to travel to Liberia is during the holidays. Because it's, convenient. And I think most of the time it's just, you kind of work out that way, that when most people are there, people like to go there, have a good time with their families. So today's video is just about some hacks and tricks and pointers for those who going to be traveling or who travel to Liberia on a regular basis. Like every year you go, or maybe a couple of times a year. For us, we go every year. Sometimes twice a year. Sometimes we go in the spring, sometimes we go in the summer, sometimes we go in December. Just depends on what's going on with us. This year we're gonna be traveling again, close to the holidays time. Not quite the holidays, but close to that time. So I just want to give you guys who are gonna be traveling on a regular basis to Liberia some hacks and pointers, things that's worked for me and for us that might work for you. All right, and this is not, for everybody. So this is just what's kind of worked for us. Get yourself a Lonestar number one. Get yourself a Lonestar number while you're in Liberia and register it. Register your Lonestar number. That way, okay, you're able to, if you have SendWave here and you usually send your family money or send money for projects via SendWave, that way if you have your own Lonestar number while you're in Liberia, you need a few extra dollars, how time money can fly through people's hands when they're back home. You can send yourself some money on SendWave. Okay, that way it's just coming straight to you because you will be able to get mobile money on that Lonestar number, and so you're able to send your own self money. All right, and you don't have to do a third party person or anything like that. So I advise you to get yourself a Lonestar number while in Liberia. Another thing, number two, actually, is get the Boss Revolution app on your phone. For us in Minnesota, it's Boss Revolution. Mostly, that's what I've used to send minutes to my son Liberia, or to recharge, send minutes or stuff like that, or to put minutes on my phone so I can call Liberia direct when I'm not calling on WhatsApp or I'm not calling on Messenger. I can call direct to Liberia. But the Boss Revolution app too, what you can do is, while you're in Liberia, you can recharge, you can put minutes on your Liberian phone while you're there. Just use your app on your, your American phone or the phone that you're using that way. The Boss Revolution app also, your internet modem for your house. Like the internet modem we got for our house, I was able to use my Boss Revolution app, and I was able to put units on that device. And so especially last year when we went and we took our young adult they were on the internet a lot, so we use a lot of data, and so I was able to recharge that directly from my Boss Revolution app. And so that way that was able to be pretty convenient for us. And so download the Boss Revolution app if you can. If there's another form of way that you have your internet in your state, maybe another kind of service that you use to recharge your internet minutes to call Liberia or call Africa, use that app also while you're back home to recharge or to add units to either your Liberian phone or your internet device, because that internet device comes with the phone number that you can just send minutes directly to. So I use that a lot. So that's one thing that helped us a lot, and that worked fine. So that's number two. Number three, change your US dollars to LD as soon as you can. right away when you get to Liberia. Change your US dollars, because start getting used to using LD, all right, Liberian dollars, or start getting used to using your local African currency, whatever African country you're in, your CDs or whatever. If you're in Ghana, using your CDs, because that will really help you to when you're purchasing things. A lot of times the US dollars, it slips through our hands so quickly. Even though, US dollars is accepted and is used very readily, but if you're using a local currency, you're able to just kind of manage your funds. I find that I can manage my funds a lot better if I'm using the Liberian dollars as much as I can. So when I go home that next day, I send to go change my money, and I got my Liberian dollars in my purse. I'm telling you, you got to start using your Liberian dollars more if you want your money to go further while you're back home. And if you plan on going to Liberia regularly, you got to learn how to use it. And in learning how to use it, if you're going to use it, you got to know the rate. So that leads me to my next point. Okay, know the current rate. When I say the rate is US dollars to Liberian dollar, US to LD. Keep abreast of the rate. The rate changes, all of the time. So know the rate. How do you know the rate? Go online. I go online. Okay, the rate that you get online, if you Google it or whatever, is pretty close to the rate that they post in Liberia. It might be different by a few cents here and there. Well, I find the rates are not that vastly different. Okay, so check the rates on a regular basis, even while you're back home. I get online, I check the rates. So know the rates, so you can know how much US and how much Liberian dollar to Liberia. So you send somebody to the store, they say, yeah, it will, Jack, give me $20. Yeah, it will be all right. It will take care of it. That $20 there, it can go far, much farther than you think. Okay, so if somebody know that you know the rate, they're not going to say, yeah, no change. So if you don't know the rate, you're gonna be shelling out these US dollars, okay, a lot, and no change coming in, nothing. Whereas if you know the rate, you say, okay, get this, buy this, because you know that $20 can buy this much things because you know the rate. So know the rate, keep abreast, okay, and use that LD as much as you can. All right, these are people who going back home. If you're just going one time, you're not gonna be going for a while again. Okay, but if you're gonna be going back home to Liberia a lot, know these things and use these things. All right, another thing is if you plan on carrying different things, like say for example hats. There are different ways of traveling with things. My sister-in-laws, they love hats, and my mom, Kate Adams, oh my goodness, they love those nice church hats, and they've learned how to travel with their hats. And so you don't want to carry the big hat box. They would consider that another carry-on, and you don't want that. You want to carry your as much stuff into Liberia, so you don't want a hat box, so just be your carry-on. So they'll take that hat and they'll put that hat, sometimes more than one hat, 2-3 hats, and they'll put it on their head and go through the city and travel way on their head. Nobody telling them say that that's luggage or that different thing. You just travel with your hat on your head when you get in the plane. You can put it under your seat, okay? And that's fine. So there are ways of traveling with things, on the plane where you still can, it's still okay. Like those hats. And those hats, you can't put in a suitcase, it's gonna get squished. So you have to, most people like to travel in hat box, and that's too much luggage. So put it on your head, man, okay? And then when you get on your plane, put it under the seat. So that's another thing. Another thing is for those of us now, I can say, who have somewhere that we can leave our clothes and our shoes. Man, you don't know how how that is so, like, I cherish that right now. Because the last time I was able to leave all my clothes I carried there, I left it there. Leave your clothes if you can, leave your shoes. Because you'll be able to carry different sets of things now that you don't have to worry about packing so much clothes. I'll pack a few things here and there now this time around, but I won't need so much clothes because I got a whole closet full of clothes in Liberia in my house. I can say that now, okay? And I'm so happy that I can say that. And I know that's not true for everybody, but if you're in your family house too and you're able to leave your clothes there and it will be secure, it'll be fine, your shoes, leave your stuff. It's just, easier for you. If you're traveling on a regular basis, you're going back and forth, leave some of your stuff there. You know, leave some of your shoes there, leave some of your clothes there, because it's just better that way. You don't have to worry about carrying so much clothes and shoes every time you go. You got a whole, you know, closet full of stuff. You know, I have a whole closet full of stuff, you know, that I can just go to and I'm set. All right. And so that is if you're able to. I know not everybody able to leave their stuff there, you know, and go back and forth and stuff, but I'm so happy to have the house now, you know, that I'm able to do that, because we do travel to Liberia on a regular basis, and so it's kind of nice not to have to worry about, you know, those things. And so that's it. So anyway, so guys, that's just a few tips that I have for you, some hacks about traveling to Africa, traveling to Liberia on a regular basis, things that have helped us, things that we've used that has made things a little bit convenient for us. So I hope these pointers and these hacks are going to be useful to you. And so let me know in the comment section if maybe you guys have some tricks or some hacks that you want to give me, and I welcome it. Please leave it in the comment section and let's talk about it. Okay, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday, and I'm blessed to be you know, just, you know, in a good spirit and a good health. I have been, you know, taking a little bit more account of, like I said in the community tab, kind of how I'm taking care of myself a little bit better, mentally, physically, and everything else. And so I'm just a little bit more conscious of me, you know, as while I'm taking care of my family, while I'm taking care of others, I'm more conscious and more aware of taking care of myself right now. And so thank you guys, and I'll talk to all of you soon. All right. Bye, guys.